Hello everybody, Ian Robson here. Welcome back to an episode of County Line. Alright, today we're doing a little bit of spring tillage. Got the case stagger over here, a little bit dirty at the moment, but that's okay. And then got the Bednar, I forgot, Aguasem I think it's called. I'd have to double check that now. Let's see, what's the actual name of that one? It's Bednar something, but I don't know. Bednar Swifter. There we go. That's the actual name of that one, so. Anyways, let's get lined up here. We're going to start from the center, I think, and work our way outwards, I think. Oh, that lines up actually really well. Let's just align it just a smidgen more. There we go. That's good. And 17.9. This actually is a bit bigger than 17.9 if memory serves. What's the actual width of this thing? 18.2. Oh, I guess we can leave it at 17.9. Let's see. Can we actually increase that to 18.1? Oh, there we go. Look at that, it works. Alright, let's get started here. Let's lower down that cultivator there. Nice. Now we should see 2 stages of fertilization from this because, as you can see, we have the chopped straw mod on here, and if we double check, let's verify that we're getting 2 stages of fertilization. Yes, you can see right there. Perfect. That's what we want to see. There we go. Let's get a little of this done. It's a big field, but we have a relatively large cultivator at this time, so it shouldn't take too long, I hope at least. Also, let's just take a quick little peek here. What are we? Field 8, and this is 18 meters. Yeah, I guess it's. Oh, I guess we can do that way. 18.2. Let's see what it says here. We'll do 2 headlands after the fact. Sometimes I just like seeing what Courseplay decides it's going to do. It's going to do this again. I don't know why this. It must be because of this little area right here. Normally, Courseplay would go like this, up and down the field, but because this little hump right here, it wants to go this way. So it's a lot less efficient than I would like it to be. But at least it gets everything in that context, because if it went up and down the field, it would you'd end up running into a situation where it would kind of drive from here to the other side, and then you'd end up running into things all the time. So that's a problem you run into, at least. So that's been my experience, at least. Anyways, as you see, we have $659,000. I probably sold some more of the charcoal there, making a bit more money. Capitalizing on a little bit more of that, which is always good. It's always good to have lots of extra cash on hand, basically. So that is what we're going for at this particular time. And it's mid-spring, so we don't have any grass yet that we can use for to mow, at least. It's not quite ready yet. Maybe in the next couple days, because I still have it set up for 9 days of each season. So for now, we'll have another 5 more days of spring, and then maybe at that point, that's when we'll see a little bit of growth that we can actually take out. But for now, it's not not the best time to do it. You could cut it though. It's definitely possible. I just don't think it'd be worth it. That's a church. That's probably not supposed to look at that at all. Wonder how that happened. That's bizarre. I'm still getting this area here, so that might be part of that reason. So it could be that silo that we put down a while back. It might be that. I don't know. I thought it was going to be the augers that I attached for the silo, but as far as I can see right now, it's not the augers, it's something else. So also, if you want to get this so it automatically turns, let's see if we can do this here. Set up so it turns at 10 meters, let's say, and then there we go. Oh, that's weird. And there we go. That's a GPS turn. Actually, I'm surprised how well that worked out. That's a GPS turn right there. It works really well. Once you get it set up the way you want it to, you can get a field done pretty quickly. I know Donald and I and Spud and I and quite a few people actually have worked together with GPS, and when you have it so it's each person's doing one and you have one person skip a lane, you can bang out a field super quick. It's crazy. Like, we've done some of the bigger fields on Nangsi Valley, and it's felt like, 20 minutes sort of thing, like, because we're using like the biggest implements there are in the game, and we're just cracking the fields out like there's no tomorrow, basically. So I don't know, it's pretty good. Also, before I forget, let me just hop over to this truck. I was able to find this right here is a UAL auto load hook lift pack that goes with this truck, or the hook lift trailer, which is over here. As you can see, I've just placed them here for the time being. They're in a mess, but that's fine. I was trying to make sure this thing was topped up, I think, last time I was on. Yes, because I want to make sure we're producing fertilizer, because now I need fertilizer for the seed factory, and also for fertilizing itself. Also, off camera, I put down the other silo over here. So this is the seed silo and this is the fertilizer silo, right beside each other basically. So I can come around in here and just use that. Also, in addition to that, I tried out the Wilson trailer, this guy right here. It doesn't work the way I thought. It actually only works for, it seems like it's only for liquid fertilizer, which kind of made me a bit sad actually, but oh yeah, there's right there anyway. So yeah, I tried it with liquid fertilizer, with this fertilizer, and it didn't seem to work, so it must only be liquid fertilizer. So anyways, that's what I was checking out off camera. And also, now that we have the TMI mixer, I did something kind of ridiculous. I made up a GPS course to go from here, or GPS course to go from here that would fill this up and go into the barn and unload into the barn, just because it takes a number of loads. And also, I switched out this trailer. Apparently I played a lot off camera, now that I'm thinking about it. I switched this trailer out because we had the Massey Ferguson one that was a back tip, and I wanted a side tip, so I changed it out to this one, which is about, this one's not much bigger than that one, but I just wanted a side tip trailer just because it makes my life a little bit easier rather than the back tip, especially when you're going through the barn there. So anyways, that's what, I think that's everything, honestly. I think that's everything this time, so. Alright, we're about halfway down the field here. Well, about, I don't know, maybe close to halfway. Did I really miss all that? What happened there? That's bizarre. I wonder if that was just because the way the blade was laying on the, or the way the cultivator was laying on the field. That's bizarre though. I shouldn't have left that much. Didn't even notice that. Alright, get this done. Oh, apparently there's a slurry pit right there. I wonder if we can actually use that. This is the thing on this map. Sometimes when you're driving around, like often I'll find like things like that. I'm like, oh, I wonder if you can actually use that. Like for example, last time we found a silo that was like in the middle of nowhere. Well, not middle. I think it was, where was it? But just south of field 28, I think is where it was, somewhere in that area. And it didn't appear that you could actually use it, so it wasn't very helpful for us specifically. So yeah, oh, that must be the hogs. Just hire a worker real quick and check that out, because I'm kind of curious now. I think that's the hogs. It looks like it from over here at least. It's also where the biogas is. Also, people have mentioned that they would like to see some biogas stuff, so we're gonna get that done. Looks like a tank of water for no apparent reason. What if you can just go and fill up your water trough there? Probably can. Alright. That definitely, oh, it might be, no, is it cows? Pigs? I don't know actually. Let's take a look around. I actually don't think I've been around this area very much. Must be a hog barn. That's just a storage area. That's slurry. Yeah, this is definitely a hog barn. Oh, that's kind of funny. See that little green in there? But where do you buy the cows or the pigs from? Because one of the harder things to do in this to do here is having pigs. I guess this would be over here. Yeah, there you go. Pigs right there. So one of the harder things to do in this map is have pigs in the winter a little bit. Is this slurry as well then? That's just there for looks. Okay, so that's that. And then you might be able to use this. It looks like you actually can use this area right here. I can't see how much is in there, but it looks like you can actually kind of use it. Okay, it's kind of neat. Hard worker, what are you doing? That's not my system. What on earth did happen there? You hire a worker for 2 seconds, you walk away, you look, and this is what happens. Oh, well, at least he got another of the sections, but seriously. Can't hire a worker for anything. This is why I end up using Courseplay half the time, or just do it myself the other half of the time, basically, because, like, you know, you get in situations like this where, like, okay, I'll just, you know, walk away, take a look at something else for a quick moment. Can't do it. At least with Courseplay, you know what it's going to do. Sometimes it'll have troubles, like, finding where its next point, something like that, but generally speaking, Courseplay is pretty good about finding where it needs to go, so at least now it is. It used to be a lot worse, but now it's pretty solid. They've done a pretty good job so far on getting that all lined up and getting to do what it's supposed to do these days. A lot better than it used to be able to, at least. Back in the day, it was it was good, but not that great. And now it's pretty intuitive these days. Actually, I'm surprised what you're able to do with it. As long as you're a little bit creative, you can do some pretty funny things. Actually, like I mentioned earlier on about being able to feed my cows TMR with Courseplay. Like if it's one, I'll probably just do it myself. But it's like multiple, I want to go do something else. Then you could probably theoretically you could do the same thing with all things. If you had a hayloft, for example, you had straw and hay in there, you could probably just set up Courseplay to do that. Just go drop food off in the hayloft, or drop food off in the hayloft, or take stuff out of the hayloft. Either or, really. Alright, let's do this little chunk over here. Because apparently I left this little chunk by hiring a worker briefly. I don't understand. Apparently the worker didn't want to do what it's supposed to do, but that's the hog barn area. I rarely raise hogs in this game. Just, I don't know. You can make good money from it, but I just don't enjoy the process as much as raising cattle. Although, also, in other news, if you guys have been paying attention to Twitter, Giants released that they're going to add a new animal type in the next version, the Platinum edition of the game. And it looks like maybe a beef cow. Not certain yet. I haven't seen like any kind of fact sheet or anything like that about it. But as far as I can see, it looks like it is a cow, maybe an ox. I don't know, but that's what it kind of looks like. A beef cow, perhaps. No confirmation as far as I know. If there has been confirmation by the time this goes out, leave me a comment below, because I'm recording this on August 28th. So by the time this goes live, it'll probably be in September already, for all I know. No, I don't want to go that way. Let's raise the cultivator up there. Make the turn. But they may have confirmed it by now, I don't know. I know Gamescom was on not too long ago, so it's possible that they said something there. Maybe not, I don't know. Not for certain, at least. Alright, just finished up the east side of the field there. Just gonna do a little bit of a headland down here while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I really did miss all that chunk down here. Must have been from the way the cultivator was tracking on the field. Sometimes when you have a bit of a valley, it doesn't work very well. So that's the only thing I can think of that would actually have done something that silly. Otherwise, it should have just done it without a problem. But sometimes it just does not work that way. All right, let's get this little chunk right here. See if we can get it. Yeah, it's no problem from this end, from this way. That's just strange. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Unless I forgot to lower the blade, or lower the cultivator. Which is entirely possible as well. I've definitely been guilty of doing that once or twice. Alright. Let's get the little section over here. So it looks like we got not too much over this side. Oh, what was that? Oh, that might have been what happened. Don't know why. Must have been the weight of the cultivator lifting up the back of the tractor. That's kind of strange, actually. That's the only thing I can think of that would actually happen, though, because it looks like as it was going down, it was pushing on the back of the tractor, making it not able to stay to the ground. That must have been what it was. That's bizarre, though. Rather bizarre that would happen. In reality, I don't think it would be that easy to push the back of this tractor with this this cultivator. Like, admittedly, the cultivator is extremely heavy. Oh, apparently, I just left Courseplay on. Admittedly, it is very heavy, but I don't know if it's heavy enough to push this big Case Steiger 620 around. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. If you know the answer to this question and you think this cultivator could push this tractor around, leave a comment below, because I have no idea. I don't think it would be able to at all. But hey, that's just me. I'm not an expert in these things. Just finishing up one of the big last long passes here, and then we have that little tiny bit on the northwest side of field 8 there, and then we'll be done this. This is a way more efficient way of doing this field than doing this way across the field, and it's only because of this little area right here. The Courseplay will do it, it just takes a little bit longer. This is definitely more efficient though, but it's because of the way the field's shaped, kind of like an hourglass almost. And with that hourglass, it does make things a little bit more difficult for Courseplay. It's like, oh well, I can't go up and down the field because there's something right here, so I have to go east-west all the way across the field, or whatever direction you want to call this, north-south, northwest, southeast, something like that. But that's the reason why it's doing it. It would normally do that weird pattern like I showed you guys, but this is definitely the most efficient way of doing it. Hands down. Hands down. Oh, we'll get that little tiny bit there. Sweet. Yeah, like I said, so it's this little section right here, and that'll be that. So what I'll do is, I can go up here, go down. I guess I can almost do it all one section pretty much, so that'll be nice. Alright, just finishing up the last little bit here. And that'll be this field done. Doesn't take very long, especially when you do it like this particular way. If I'd used course play, it would have taken way longer actually. Just because of the way the course play is going to orientate itself. Sometimes, like, you gotta have to ask questions like, okay, why is it going to do this way? Like, the fact that I can figure out how to do these fields is pretty impressive as it is, so. Now the funny thing is as well, like technically with my seeder now, I can do, it's a direct seeder, so I don't actually need to cultivate at all, which is the funny part about this whole situation, because I probably could have left this alone and just cultivate or seeded right into it and it would have been fine. There is actually a mod on FS-UK, I believe, that will allow you to direct seed into like chop straw. So I've fertilized this once, and I'm cultivating it, so that's going to be a stage 2. But with this mod, if I use a direct seeder, it'll get all 3 stages all at once, because it'll cultivate. Whoa, 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 whoa! What's happened there? What did I actually hit? Oh, one of those small, tiny little shrubs. Little tiny little shrub. Just apparently, it's enough just to clip the cultivator. Jeez. There we go. Anyways, like I was saying, lost my train of thought now. Yeah, it allows you to basically seed, and then with that one stage of seeding, you'll basically cultivate, and if you fertilize with chopped straw, so that'll be 1 stage, and then you cultivate under, it's 2 stages, so the direct seeder would cultivate the straw under, so that gives you two stages, and then if your fertilizer also, or if your seeder also fertilizes, that's an extra stage, so you get all 3 stages in one pass basically. So I don't know if that's, you know, cheaty or not, but it is what it is. I don't think I have that one actually. It's kind of a nice idea for sometimes, other times, like in reality, it only makes a difference if you chaff it like this field has right here, where it needs to be chaffed basically. So otherwise, it would just be what it is. I think that's everything actually. What I'm gonna do is gonna set this guy field 8. Do headlands first. I think I've gotten everything, to be honest with you, but just to make sure I don't miss any anything around the edges there, let's go set this guy to do a headland, because I think there's oh really, there we go. So I think there's little tiny bits that I may have missed, yeah, like right there. So I'll let, of course, I do that one pass there. Don't want to do the whole field because we really don't need to do a whole field, but just do that one pass. That'll probably just make our lives a little bit easier, just so we get everything. Although, like I said, we're using a direct seeder, so it doesn't make a huge difference. Alright. Let's come over here. As you can see, I've taken out a few more trees. This is what I've been doing while I've been waiting for things to happen sometimes. And this is okay right now. Let's double check on our charcoal. Yes, we're good there. So we're gonna need some more wood chips in here soon. Got more than enough wood. This is kind of neat the way the piles changes actually as you add more wood. It's kind of cool to watch it increase. And I took care of all the stumps. I figured you probably didn't want to see the stumps being ground, so I just did it off camera. And apparently we have 150,000 liters of wood chips in there, and 187,000 liters of wood in here that needs to be taken care of. So we probably should grab, where is it? This guy right here. There we go. Drop this. So like I said, this has been the area for the hook lift things for whatever reason. I don't know why this has been the area, but it has. This is because I think it's right by the slurry point, and I just decided to start dropping other things here as well. Also, I don't own this truck still. It's still a lease truck, but I do like the idea of it. But I can't actually modify it now that I've leased it, which is a bit of a pain actually. There we go. Let's grab this, move some of those wood chips over briefly, and I think that's everything actually. Everything for now. I think we'll have to come back next episode and plant some more. So last time we planted Last time we planted oats, and I think the time before that, yeah, so we planted oats. Maybe we'll have to plant some like triticale or milo or something like that. So, anyways, I'm gonna call the episode there for now, folks. Hope you enjoyed. My name's Iain Robson, and if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Counterline. I'll catch you guys later.